We're seeing an incredible surge of investments by private equity funds in the pharmaceutical outsourcing space. Everyone in the pharmaceutical industry is looking for greater efficiencies in drug development, so it only makes sense that pharma companies and biotechs are turning to contract research organizations, contract development organizations, and other outsourcers to help meet their operational goals and get their products to market faster and at a lower cost. At our recent Healthcare Services Private Equity Symposium in Miami, I sat down with a who's who panel of investors for a great conversation about the exciting opportunities in this space. First off, what we're seeing is pharmaceutical companies becoming more comfortable with outsourcing.
Across all of their functions, pharma companies are becoming more and more comfortable with outsourcing. CROs are probably the outsourced service provider that have the highest penetration. Every CRO has a different estimate, but they center around 50% penetrated. Compare that to 20 years ago when it was more like 15% penetrated.
So there are some really nice areas for potential investments. We are in a very rich healthcare and pharmaceutical business environment. Capital is plentiful, biotechs are going gangbusters, and the FDA feels supportive.
The macro environment around pharma services is as strong as it's ever been. Biotech has proven that it's here to stay. You've got a very favorable FDA. You've got pharma, which is in the midst of its consolidation, and I think they're re-energized to find productivity and efficiency, and that's likely to come through outsourcing.
What's interesting is that while the market is starting to skew towards earlier stage companies with an emphasis on subpopulations and advanced analytics, traditional big pharma without this level of built-in specialization can really benefit from an outsourcing partner.
More of a focus on specialty drugs that are targeted to specific genotype types in the population, different needs for how you design clinical trials, how you develop tests to follow patients through the drug approval process. Traditional pharma may not have that skill set, or it may be more fragmented to the point where it's better to use an outsourced partner in some of those areas.
There's more and more outsourcing partnerships because there's more and more biotech and pharmaceutical companies out there.
In 2008, there were 2,000 companies with active drug pipelines. Last year, there were 4,000. A lot of them are 10 employees or less, semi-virtual to a degree, and they need to outsource all these services around clinical trials, production of clinical lots, and ultimately, commercial services as well.
For specialty drug companies that are running lean, outsourcing partnerships can help with getting the right messages out to prescribers and consumers.
As there have been more successes among the small biotech community, the capital markets have become more willing to give money to these smaller biotechs, and this outsourcing community has grown up around them so that they're taking their compounds farther and farther into development, and sometimes even through to commercialization. So the range of services that can be outsourced now is a lot greater than it was maybe 20 years ago.
And there you have it. Strong tailwinds driving growth and ripe investment opportunities in the pharmaceutical outsourcing space.